Hello, this is Stephanie with Pherform, and I'm going to show you the Dumbbell Bulgarian split squat. Now, split squat is kind of a lunge position where you're going to have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, and that back foot is going to be balancing on the bench. Now, the ultimate goal is all of the weight is in the front leg. The back is the balancer, but think about it as just a stabilizer. It's just making sure that you feel stable. You'll take 2 dumbbells. Oftentimes we can do singular dumbbell either on the outside or on the inside. Now to get set up, this is the biggest or the most trickiest for most people is understanding how far away from that from the bench you should be. Now, some people will say is like you can take 3 steps forward and that 3rd step. Another option is you come down, you place that back foot on. You have 2 options. It can either be flat or you can bend your toe. Depends on the flexion or the extension of your ankle. So do test out which one you feel a little bit more comfortable with, but you want to, again, feel stable. It's not about pressing that back foot down. It's about it resting on to make sure that front leg is the one that's doing the work. So from here, I'm going to place my back foot down onto the bench, and for me, I like to have that toe open. Now, front leg is the leg that's doing the work. The thing that we want to first think about before we even grab those weights are the feet underneath those hips and making sure like we feel stable. Second, we're going to think about keeping that pelvic tilted in, belly nice and tight. Now, I'm going to think about driving the hips downward, keeping the toe and the heel pressed in. As I drive the hips down, back hip opens up, back knee drives, but front hip comes down. I want to think about getting that hip as low as I can, okay? Keeping that torso slightly forward, and as I drive out, it's a front hip that is going to think about opening and extended while bringing that knee to a straight position. Now, if I were to drive my knee more forward over that front toe, okay, so for now, what I'm going to do is lean my torso forward, drive the knee over while the hip drops down. It's going to put a lot more onto that front quad as I come up. Back hip is also going to be a little bit more in an extended position, which sometimes can be a little bit more, people will feel that discomfort. Your other option is as I lean the torso even more forward, keep the knee over that midfoot, drop the hip down. I'm going to get a lot more into that hamstring and that glute as I drive up because it is a little bit more lengthened. If I'm going to take weights, I'm going to hold those at the side. Same thing, belly nice and tight. Tilt that hip in. Okay, we're going to drive the hip down, trying to get that hip below that knee, push that foot in to extend all the way to that top position. Again, you can practice with both. That's going to add a little bit more weight, and it's actually going to stabilize the hips. Okay, you can also have it on the outside position, which is going to force that hip to do a little bit more work for driving it outward. You can also have it on the opposite side as we go down. Ultimate goal is to make sure that we're focusing on that front leg. Back leg is there just to stable and balance us out. That is the Dumbbell Bulgarian split squat.